Hi friends! Last week was really fun. I hope you had fun too. So we're going to do another one. I think this week is going to be a little bit more challenging, but I want it to be fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. That's my motto for life and for yoga. I think it's hard to stay playful right now, and I know I can get in my head about who am I to be playful, who am I to have fun at this moment when there's so much suffering. But we need to keep that. It doesn't help the people who are suffering if we all get heavy and dark and stay in that heavy and darkness. That doesn't serve anybody. And it certainly doesn't serve the people who actually are suffering right now. And we're all suffering right now. So I am deeply committed to fun and play. And yoga is play. So I'm excited for you to play with me. You might want a block, but you can use anything, a book, anything that won't move, and anything that is relatively solid. And always have water. Always stay hydrated. All right, let's see how this goes. So as always, we start seated. And I'm trying to find the best place for this. My little yoga room is very little, so it's definitely going to chop off my head at some point. That's okay. Sit up tall. It's nice if you want to sit on a blanket, anything soft, or your block. Just to have your tush a little bit high means that it's easier on your hips. So you're going to ground down, like we talked about last week. Ground down into the earth where you are safe. So when you exhale, imagine all the parts of you that are touching the ground, the floor, to just really release into the support of the floor. And then grow tall through the spine, but let it be effortless. Don't try too hard. No trying too hard. The shoulders drop down the back. The elbows are super heavy, like they're full of sand. Your hands are heavy on your knees. Relax all the muscles of your face. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue in your mouth. You know, there's a kind of meditation where you keep your tongue out like a dog, and it shuts off. The way the yogis do it is it shuts off the part of your brain that's thinking about what you're going to say next. So if you can really relax your tongue, that little part of your left brain that's always like, ooh, what am I going to say to sound real smart? It quiets down. So the heart is lifted, again, effortlessly. The neck is so long, and your head is floating like a balloon. And then getting into the breath. Remember, we never move independently of the breath. So you inhale deep into your belly. Let your belly expand like a big Santa Claus belly. And when you exhale, imagine you can exhale the air down into the earth through your root chakra. You may not know what any of that means, but just do it anyway. So you inhale into your belly. And when you exhale, just root down. Send a line of energy down to the very center, the core of the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale down into the earth. We're grounding down, trying to remind ourselves that we are infinitely safe. And one more deep breath. And exhale. Great. And then just start to move a little bit. This is one of my favorite moves. It's a little bit Janet Jackson, but it's also what I always say, or what I always used to say when I taught all the time, was that you are imagining you're sitting at the bottom of a peanut butter jar and you have to wipe off the sides with your ribs. So get those ribs to move around and then go the other way. Or Nutella, if you're really into Nutella. Really any sticky, gooey, delicious substance that you like. Maybe frosting. Ugh, love frosting. Great. And then we're going to fold forward, and at first we're going to keep our heart high and our belly drawn in and our spine super straight like a yardstick, and just come down as far as you can. Maybe this is as far as you get when you keep your heart open and your spine straight. Maybe you can come down. I can get on my elbows which is not exciting or an achievement in any way, shape, or form, and it means nothing, but maybe you can. Shoulder blades away from your neck. That neck is same length. And then inhale, and then we're going to do what I call Hunch Asana. You're just going to let yourself hunch over. Sometimes that feels so good. Let your back be open to the sky. So keep hunching over and keep breathing into your back. Remember we did last week where you breathed into your back body? The back body is the seat of your unconscious. So sometimes we want to open that up a little bit. The front body is all about the ego, about what we're showing to the world. And the back body is that small, knowing voice that we most of the time don't listen to at all. So try to breathe into your back. And then inhale, come up. And if you need to switch your feet, switch your feet. You can also stretch your legs out, whatever you need, but we're going to stay seated here for just a few more moves. So you're going to place your right hand on the floor and just make some big circles with your left arm. Huge circles, like a windmill. Open up. And then we're just going to take a nice gentle lean over to the right. So up and over, and the left side of your body is big and long. Good. Then we're going to mix it up a little bit. You're going to put your left hand on your right knee. Take your right hand behind you. Look over your right shoulder. Your spine is so long. You're like chocolate vanilla swirl, right? The middle of it is straight up and down, and you're swirling around. Breathe. When you exhale, maybe twist a little bit more deeply. And then with keeping your left hand grabbing onto your knee or maybe just your pants, bring this right arm up and over the other way. Ooh. And your heart's opening up to the sky. And it's a little hard to breathe here, I know, but you're going to do your best. And you're going to keep your face soft. And then we're going to inhale both arms up to the sky. And we're going to exhale back to Hunch Asana. Just a little fall forward. Wiggle around a little bit. Open up your back. How are the back of your ribs? How are they doing? And then roll up. And then we'll do the other side. So right arm, big sweeping circles. Get into that shoulder. It's amazing how warm your shoulder can get just by doing some big shoulder circles. And then just a gentle lean over to the left. The right side of your rib cage is open, big. Breathe into those ribs. And then just let your right hand come onto your left knee. Put your left hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, super tall. Exhale, look behind you. Chocolate vanilla swirl, swirling the other way. And then with your right hand holding onto your left knee, bring your left arm up and over. Ooh, and maybe you can twist open to the sky. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, Hunch Asana. Maybe you can walk your hands out a little bit this time. Stretch your fingertips away. Maybe your forehead touches the floor. Maybe it doesn't. It does not matter. It's totally meaningless, but maybe you can try. But can you also keep your butt on the floor or on the blanket? So your tailbone's reaching back and maybe your forehead's reaching for the floor. Maybe not. And then roll up. If you're sitting on something, you're going to get that out of the way. You're going to lean back on your hands, feet flat on the floor, and you're just going to flop your knees from side to side. Windshield wiper knees. Oh, that's nice. That feels good. And then point your knees, let's all say to the right. Your right foot is going to press into your left knee, so you're sitting in this very sexy way. Push that foot into that knee, and then we're going to twist this way towards the right. So you can walk your hands behind you as far as they'll go. Okay? Your belly's drawn in. Your butt's going to want to stick out. You're going to tuck your tailbone under slightly, so the tailbone is nice and long. And then keep your elbows bent and just explore a little bit. See how far behind you can get. Ooh, a little tight in my obliques. And then unwind. Back to windshield wiper knees. Flop the knees from side to side. You will notice that your butt will magically and mysteriously scoot forward. Don't know what the physics of that is, but it happens. So both knees pointing the opposite way now. Your left foot is going to push into your right knee really hard. So you're going to keep that connection. Tailbone long, belly drawn in slightly, and then let's explore. Let's walk behind us. Ooh, maybe look over your left shoulder and unwind. Twists are really good, like wringing out an old dirty towel. And then Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together. Lift your heart, so grab onto those ankles and lift your heart, draw your spine in. Maybe look up at the ceiling without letting your head flop back. Inhale. And then exhale. One more time, Hunch Asana with your feet, soles of your feet together. Maybe the elbows come down. You're going to imagine that your forehead is going to rest in the little bowl that your feet make. Just imagine that. Again, breathe through your back. Really open up the back body. Always wiggles. If you feel like wiggling, always wiggle. Good. All right, hands and knees, please. Come on to your hands and knees. And we're going to do a few more of those arm circles, again, to get into those shoulders. So I'm going to press my left hand into the floor. I'm going to make big circles with my right arm. I am mirroring you, by the way. So if you are like, Paula, that's not your right arm. I know that. And then right arm up to the sky. So you're going to twist open, pushing really hard your left hand into the floor. I think we did this last week. Belly is lifted slightly. And then we're going to do something fun. So you're going to take your left toes and you're going to swing them out to the left a little bit. You're going to take your right foot back. The inside of your right foot's on the back of the mat. The right arm's up to the sky. So it's a little assisted side plank. It's like an easier Ardha Chandrasana. And then if you want to test your balance a little bit, you can pick up that right foot. Again, draw your belly in so your body's going to want to banana out. And you're going to try not to do that. You're going to keep the back flat and big and shoot a laser out through that right foot. And inhale. Good. And exhale. Come on down. Let's take a down dog between sides. Toes under. Push your hips up and back. Notice if you feel a difference on the two sides because we did something on one side that we didn't do on the other. Just notice. Breathe. Exhale all the air out. Come back onto the hands and knees gently with your knees. And then other side. Big circles with the left arm. Big windmill circles. And then press your right hand into the floor and left arm to the sky. Stretching your heart open. Neck is long. Your shoulders are always going to want to like creep up and eat your neck. You're going to keep that neck long. Big inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Take the right toes, swing them out to the right. You're going to take your left foot back, legs straight. The inside of your left foot is on the back of your mat. Stretch your left arm back up to the sky. Open up. And then puff up the middle back. And then maybe if you want, test your balance and lift your left leg up. You have that little kickstand with the right toes, the right toenails on the floor. Big inhale. Exhale, come on down. Let's take a downward facing dog. Push the hips up and back. I like my knees bent. I do not even try to press my heels into the floor. Let your head hang heavy. Take an inhale. And then crowd favorite, child's pose. Come on down to child's pose. When we start in our first child's pose, keep your fingertips reaching to the tip top of the mat. Okay? Keep your butt reaching back to your heels. So get that length through the back body. Forehead to the floor maybe. And keep reaching in those opposite directions. So each sit bone, those are the two bones in each cheek. Those are reaching back towards the toes. And then your fingertips are reaching forward. And then on your exhales, you're relaxing down. So a little bit of effort, but not too much. Just a little bit. And then we're going to do a little flow. We did one similar to this on my last video. We're going to change it up just a little bit. So you're going to inhale and shoot forward to plank. And just hold this first plank. So the belly is up, your body's flat, like a plank. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Separate your feet nice and wide. I like the first down dogs with the feet nice and wide. All of my fingers are pushing into the floor. And then you're going to gently drop your knees. And we did this last week. You're going to come up like musical theater. Inhale up. And this time you're going to melt into child's pose. So you drop your butt to your heels first. And then melt down, belly on the thighs, forehead to the floor. Ugh, that's so delicious. Take an inhale. And then we're going to speed it up. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Drop your knees. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Melt into child's pose. Exhale, melt. Prolong your exhale. Stay here for a full breath in your child's pose. Big inhale. Exhale all the air out. Do it again. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Drop your knees. Inhale, reach for the sky. Nice and dramatic. Exhale, melt. Butt to your heels, melt. And then we're going to do it 3 times fast. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Drop your knees, reach for the sky. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose. Right back into it. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Drop your knees, reach for the sky. Inhale, up. Exhale, child's pose. Last time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Drop your knees, reach up. Inhale, up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Or walk your hands to your feet. Whatever. Just find yourself in a forward fold. Uttanasana, forward fold. I like to keep my knees bent. I like my belly to rest on my thighs. I like my hands to reach the floor, but I have like super long Neanderthal arms, so that may not happen for you. That's totally fine. Head hangs heavy. Take a few breaths right there. Just hang, hang, hang. And then as slowly as you can, you're going to roll yourself up like we did last week. Your heels are heavy. Last one up wins. Stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. And then your head is completely weightless, hanging out on top. I know you cannot see my head right now. That's okay. It's not doing anything fancy. Find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Very similar to Shavasana, corpse pose. It's very difficult. Tadasana is really hard because we're only engaging the muscles that are necessary to just stand up tall, and we're relaxing and releasing everything else. So scan your body. What are you holding on to that is completely unnecessary? What's holding on? What doesn't trust that it can let go? Like our silly little minds, it's very hard to trust. Great. Top of the mat, if you're not there already. And we're just going to do some sun salutes. Take it at your own pace, please. Make it as easy as you want it to be. Again, I don't do hard yoga. Feet down into the floor. And with the breath, always with the breath, inhale up. Exhale, fold down. However you like to fold, doesn't matter. Take your right foot back to lunge. And then we're going to bring the left foot back right into plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, come down to the mat however you like. So again, I like knees, chest, chin. I know some people hate that. That's totally fine. You can just come on your belly. And then inhale, let's do a baby cobra for the first one. So just your chest is lifted. Shoulders are so far from your ears. And then exhale, down dog. Full breath in your down dog, big inhale. Exhale all the air out. Right foot to the top of the mat, however it gets there, is so good, so great with me. And then feet together at the top of the mat and fold and release. Inhale up, however you like. Exhale, hands by your sides or hands in prayer, whatever you like. Again, inhale up. Exhale, fold down. Left foot back to lunge. And then right foot back to plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower your body to the mat however you like. Inhale, baby or full cobra if you want, but do not lock those elbows And let me see your neck. Down dog. Full breath. Big inhale. Exhale all the air out. Left foot to the top of the mat, lunge. Feet together, forward fold. Inhale, sweep up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands in prayer or hands by your sides. One more round, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, lunge, inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower however you like. Inhale, cobra or up dog. If you want to lift your knees, you can, but the belly's in so tight. Exhale, down dog. You can roll over your toes if you like doing fancy stuff like that. Big inhale. Exhale completely. Right foot back to the top of the mat. And feet together, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands by your sides or hands to prayer. All right, nice and warm. Let's play with some stuff, shall we? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. All right, right foot back, but you're gonna put your knee down, okay? And then just play around in this a little bit. Forward and back. Maybe bring your hands over here, maybe bring your hands over here. Just breathing and exploring what's going on in those hips. They're very emotional parts of our bodies, those hips. So then we're gonna do something we already did, okay? You're gonna take this left foot, the one you're looking at, and you're gonna throw it back behind you. The right toes are gonna swing out, remember we did this already? And left arm up to the sky. So again, if you can, you got your kickstand, those right toes, you're gonna bring your left foot up. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale and open up the right side of the ribs towards the sky, so you're like a rainbow. And then exhale back to that side plank. Woo! Balance. 2 more times. Inhale, round your side ribs up to the sky, so you're shaped like a rainbow. And then exhale, left arm back to the sky, and the left foot lifts up. And one more time. Inhale, rainbow. Exhale. Great. Left hand comes to the mat. Bring those right toes in. You're going to bring this left foot back to the top of the mat. Your knee is still down. And then we're really going to get into this hip. So do what you can. I'm taking my left hand and I'm putting it right inside my left heel. I'm pressing my left knee and my left shoulder together. And then I'm stretching the right arm up to the sky. Whoo, girl, I know. So shoulders down. Really push the knee and the shoulder together. Open up the heart just like you did when we were doing this on our hands and knees. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the knees together. And just like we did before, we're going to inhale, come up. We're going to exhale into child's pose, melt. We're going to inhale, shoot forward plank. And we're going to exhale, down dog. And then just breathe in your down dog for a few breaths. I'm going to watch you. Take those deep breaths into your back body. A few more. When you're ready, you can walk or you can hop your way to the top of the mat. Whatever you like. You're in forward fold. Let's take the big toes apart a little bit and then the heels apart even more. So you're going to feel a little pigeon-toed. Bend those knees slightly so the backs of the knees are nice and soft. And then really surrender over your legs. Your belly can touch your thighs. I love that feeling. And then 3 times we're just going to go up and down, Tadasana, Uttanasana, okay? I like to swing my arms out to the sides, as you already know. So inhale, come up, and then palms together at the top. You're going to draw a line down your middle, exhale, fold. And just do that 2 more times, super easy. Inhale, up, palms together, exhale. And one more time, inhale up, palms together, exhale, draw that line down your middle, fold, very good, okay? Step your right foot back. Oops, JK. Step your left foot back. That's what happens when I try to mirror you. Drop your left knee down. Move forward and back in whatever way feels good to you. Wiggle around. Make your hips acquaintance. Okay. And then back to that assisted side plank. So the left knee is down. You're going to swing this right foot, the one you're looking at, swing it back behind you. You're going to take your left toes, swing them off the mat so they go behind you. And then the inside of your right foot drops down and your right arm goes to the sky. Perfect. Great. And then inhale, your right arm's going to go over your ear and you're going to round up to the ceiling. And then exhale into that side plank, arm to the sky, and the right foot lifts up off the floor. Balance. Inhale, round your side ribs up to the ceiling. Exhale, balance. One more time. Drop the back foot. Inhale, round like a rainbow. Exhale, balance. Good. Right hand to the mat. Bring the toes, those left toes in, and then you're going to bring this right foot back to the top of the mat. And now you know what's coming, right? So both hands are inside of your right foot. Your right hand's on the floor right next to your right heel. Your shoulder and knee push together really, really hard. And then you're going to stretch your left arm up to the sky. Whew. Belly is drawn up and in. Tailbone is super long. Push that knee into your shoulder. Push. And stretch your arms long. Fingers to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Great. Bring that right knee back with the left. One more time. We're going to do our little flow. So we inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, melt into child's pose. Ooh. Inhale, shoot forward plank. Exhale, down dog. Again, feet to your hands, hands to your feet, whatever. Uttanasana, hang down. Big inhale. Exhale. Come on up. Inhale. And hands by your sides or hands to prayer. Great, you guys. All right, we're going to do one more flow. Can you please make sure that your block is nearby? And maybe it's time for some water. Great. Everyone doing all right? Good. Here we go. Inhale. Come on up. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. All right, we're going to come into a standing lunge. If you need to put your back heel down or your back knee down, great, do that. You're going to come up. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. We're going to lift the heart. Now what's going to happen is your butt's going to want to go out. You're not going to let that happen. You're going to keep your tail down, pointing at the floor. And then heart open. Ooh, yes. My chest, ooh, is tight from 700 Zoom meetings a week, right? Maybe lift your heart even more, maybe lift your chin, but again, don't let that head flop back. Good, bring your arms up over your head, and then open up to warrior two, which always feels so good. Doesn't that feel nice? And then nice and easy, you're gonna inhale, straighten your left leg, bring your arms up over your head, and then just exhale right back to warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale back to warrior two. Nice and easy. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale warrior two. And then we're going to do reverse warrior. So this knee stays nice and deeply bent if you can. My right arm goes down my right leg back here. And my left arm goes up and over. Ooh, we're doing lots of stretches for the side body, you guys. I don't know about you, but I'm doing a lot of sitting right now. It feels really good to open that up. Good. Inhale back to warrior two. Straighten the leg. Nice gentle triangle. God, we all love a nice good triangle. I love using my block. I may have Neanderthal arms, but a block always feels nice. I feel like I keep more space in my trunk, in my side bodies, when I use a block. Touching the floor doesn't mean you win. Okay. Then we're going to do a revolved triangle. Utthita Parsvrita Trikonasana. It sounds complicated, but it's not that bad. So I bring my right foot up a little bit, so you shorten your stance. I'm going to put this block on the outside of my left foot. Then I'm going to come all the way up. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. Turn your hips so that they're parallel with that front straight edge of your mat, okay? Pushing your heels down. Don't lock your knees, but the legs are straight. I'm going to bring my right arm up. My left hand's on my hip. I'm going to stretch out like I'm reaching for frosting. And then right hand on the block. We've done these twists already. You're going to twist. Your heart is reaching towards the left. And then left arm up to the sky. Oh, girl. Whatever iteration of this you can do is totally fine. That spine is so long. Stretching the hands away from one another. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Ooh, that's good. Put the block forward. You can step back to down dog and do a flow, or you can go right into Uttanasana, or as usual, you can go get a white claw. Whatever you want, right? Downward facing dog maybe. Inhale, plank. Lower, lift your heart maybe. Downward facing dog maybe. And then feet to the top of the mat. Press your feet into the floor, inhale up. Exhale, release. Close your eyes, please. Just notice the difference on the two sides if you can. If you can't, awesome. Just notice what's going on. The capacity for delight is the capacity to pay attention, says Julia Cameron, the author of The Artist's Way. I love that so much. So play and fun and delight only happens in the now. So notice what's happening in your body. There's no right or wrong. Shall we do the other side, friends? Let's do it. Block is close. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Okay, other foot. So I'm doing my left foot back. Okay, I'm going to come up. I'm going to interlace my fingers. I'm going to interlace them the weird way this time. So unlace, interlace, and then re-interlace, and it's going to feel so weird. It's going to make your brain hurt just a little. Lift your heart up. Maybe lift your arms up. Again, tailbone points straight down to the floor, not back. Oh, heart open. Maybe chin lifts. And then inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, open to warrior two. Don't love having my back to you, so I'm going to turn around. You don't have to do that. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Uttamas. Inhale, arms up. Slow and steady. Exhale, warrior two. And then a nice gentle reverse warrior. This knee stays nice and bent. Bring the arm up and over. Breathe through the side body. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten the leg and a nice gentle triangle. Reach. And again, this is where I like to use my block because it keeps me nice and open. Yeah, breathe. The side bodies are nice and long. The belly's drawn in. The back of your waist is sort of puffed up a little bit behind you, like you're splat against a wall. Okay, here we go for reverse warrior. So just shorten your stance a little bit. I'm going to put my block on the outside of my right foot, okay? And my back toes, I didn't say this before, sorry, but your left toes point to the left front corner of your mat. And then come up. I like to build my reverse triangle. Tailbone long, heart lifted. I'm going to keep my right hand on my right hip. My left arm goes up. I lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale. I exhale and fold and reach like I'm reaching for ice cream. And then left hand on the block. And then I'm going to turn my heart to the right. Theoretically, I'm stacking my right shoulder on my left. And then I'm reaching my right arm to the sky. And I'm stretching my hands away from one another. And my face is still so soft. And my shoulders are drawing back. Shoulder blades towards one another behind me. And maybe look at my thumb. Oh, girl. Oh, God. Inhale. Yes. Exhale. Release your block. Let's do feet together at the top of the mat. Hang down. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, sweep up. That was nice. Great. Let's do a balance pose. It's hard to find balance right now because our lives are completely upside down, right? I'm just going to adjust this a little bit because it makes me uncomfortable when you can't see my head. Yay, good. All right, so let's just do a tree pose. Again, the simplest poses are often the hardest poses because we are meant to only use the strength and the muscles that are necessary to create the pose, and we're meant to release absolutely everything else. So simple balance poses are sneaky hard. That's what my mom used to say about my classes. They were sneaky hard. So again, ground down. This time when you exhale, remember when we were seated and you were breathing, exhaling down into the center, the core of the earth? You're going to do that now from your root chakra. Again, you don't have to know what I'm talking about. Just do it. And also from your feet. So exhale and grow roots down into the ground, into the earth. Let's start by standing on our right foot. And so you can just have your tiptoes on the floor and let your left heel rest on the inside of your right ankle. That is a perfectly legitimate tree pose. You can bring the foot to the inside of the shin calf, or you can bring the foot up to the inner thigh. The only place it can't be is on the inside of your knee. I know it feels like a good place because there's like a little bump that you can hang out on, but your knee doesn't want to bend sideways. Shoulders down, belly lifts up, okay? When you want to balance, don't tighten, lengthen, okay? So again, you're growing roots down out of that right foot into the earth. You're shooting a laser out through your crown chakra into the universe. And then maybe you can bring your arms up to tree. I like a good cactus arm in my tree. If you want to get super fancy, you can do eagle arms in your tree. So let's see, my left knee is up, so my right arm goes under. Oof, I don't know, you guys, it's been a while. Whatever, do some eagle arms, remember which arm you did, and we'll do the other one next time. Breathe. Relax whatever you can. Release whatever you're able. Inhale. And release. Oh, great. Shake it out. Shimmy. And we'll do the other side, okay? So now I'm going to grow roots out of my left foot. I'm going to notice the difference. Your two sides are very different, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Tailbone long. So the inside, so my right foot, the toes can rest on the floor, and my heel can come to the inside of the ankle, shin calf, or all the way up. And then the trick, y'all, is not to push your foot into your leg. It's to push your leg into your foot. That's the trick. Lengthen, get tall, get long. Relax whatever you can. Release whatever you can. Is your jaw trying to help? My jaw is totally codependent and trying to help. But she's not necessary right now. And then maybe arms up. Maybe cactus arms. And then I think I did my right arm under last time. Shit, I forget. I forget. Oh well, my shoulders will be fine. They won't hold it against me. I'm breathing. Big inhale. Ooh, exhale, release. Very good. You're going to come down onto your knees, please. We're going to do camel pose. We did this last week, but we did it at the beginning, so we did a really gentle version of it, which is so great. And you can do that again. This is such a lovely heart opener. We got to keep our heart open in times of fear, because if we close our hearts, then the fear wins. and then it's game over, y'all. So keep your heart nice and open. Just like we did last week, you're going to keep your toes curled under behind you. This one is so hard, but you're going to keep that tailbone so long. Again, your butt's going to want to, whenever your heart goes out, your butt wants to go out, but you're going to keep that tailbone down. Okay? So first one, I'm just going to put my left hand on my left heel, and I'm going to bring my right arm up and maybe back a little bit, but I'm not going to let my head flop onto my shoulders, not at all. And then both arms up, and then I'm just going to switch sides. So right hand to my right heel, left arm up and back. Good. Do that one more time on each side at your own pace. Switch. And switch. Good. Tailbone so long. If you want to try both hands on both heels, you can. But there's a string from the very center of your heart chakra being pulled up to the sky. Try not to lean back and push into your heels. If you want to get fancy, you can come onto the tops of your feet if you have a bendy back. And then you can let your head drop back, but it's super hard to talk like that. And try not to let your head just flop. So keep some control, please. And then you're going to inhale, come up. Woo! And if you've ever had a child's pose after a camel pose, you know how delicious it is. So let's get there. Whew. This time in child's pose, try opening up your shoulder blades. So you bring, I think we did this last time, bring your thumbs back to your pinky toes or to the outsides of your feet. Again, I have super long arms, so mine go all the way to my pinky toes. But whatever, your palms are facing up, your thumbs are pointed in towards your legs, ankles, feet, and you're letting your shoulders roll open around your knees. And just stay there for a few breaths. Notice how you feel. When you breathe, let your back and your belly expand. So your back opens up to the sky and press your belly into your thighs. And when you exhale, empty all of the air out. All of it out. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Really release. And do that one more time. Make every breath like a big event. Inhale. And really, really exhale. Good, you guys. I hope y'all feel good. We're going to come down onto our seat. Again, this is a good time to sit on a pillow. I sat on a blanket before. Now I'm sitting on a pillow. I got a lot of supplies. Okay? Legs straight out in front of us. Shoot lasers out through the heels. We're going to do one more twist. Really twisty today. I think it's good to twist things out, both emotions and however many White Claws you drink this week. So bring your right knee up and the right foot in. Okay? So there's a couple ways to do this. We can take this right foot and cross it over the left leg and twist that way. Okay? I actually like to keep it on the inside. I don't know if that's because I got real thick thighs and it doesn't work that way, but whatever, foot inside or outside, you find what works for you. You're going to take your right arm, reach it up, lengthen the right side of the rib cage, bring your hand behind you. And then there's a few ways to do this arm. So left arm can either just hug that knee, or you can stretch it up and you can bring your elbow to the other side of it. Okay? The tailbone is stretching down into the ground, and you're spinning around, again, chocolate vanilla swirl. Push your right hand into the floor. Don't lock your elbow, but push it into the floor so that it's like a kickstand. It's keeping you up nice and tall. The crown of your head reaches for the ceiling. You're still shooting a laser out through that left heel. The left leg is strong and active. Big inhale. Exhale, release. And we just do a little counter stretch. So just bring both hands over to the opposite side. Great. Other side. Your right foot stretches out, your left foot comes in. It either just, the heel gets real close to your tush, or you can cross it over if you like that version better. Doesn't matter. Sit up nice and tall. Left hand to the floor behind you, your kickstand, keeping you nice and tall. And then right arm up to the sky. Stretch it up. You can hug the knee. Just hug it real tight. So like the crook of your elbow goes around the knee, or you can hook your elbow to the other side if that feels good. Inhale, long neck, long spine. Exhale, look behind you, twist. So every exhale, you're just going into the twist a little bit more deeply. Good, and release. Beautiful. We're all twisted out. We're gonna come down into happy baby. I don't know how this is gonna look. Whatever. We're all friends. Draw your knees towards your towards your armpits, You're gonna press your lower back, the sacrum down into the floor. Sometimes I can start when my hips are really tight. I kind of start with one foot at a time, going into happy baby. You can grab the outsides of your feet. You can wrap your fingers around your big toes. You're trying to have your legs in happy baby pose and your tailbone on the floor at the same time. Theoretically, both those things are supposed to be happening at the same time. You can rock around a little bit. That always feels nice. And one last twist. So push your feet into the floor. You're going to lift your hips up and just bop them over to the left a little bit. So your hips go over to the left. And you're going to feel real weird because your ribs are in the middle of the mat and your hips are over to the left. That's fine. Bring your knees towards your chest, and then your knees are going over to your right. So this keeps your spine in line. You can stretch that left arm over to the left. Just like I've talked about before, you can put that arm on a block if you want. And you go deeper into this pose by releasing, by relaxing. When you're ready, you can do the same thing on the other side. So lift the legs up, press your feet into the floor, lift your butt up, and bop it all the way over to the right edge of your mat. Bring your knees into your face and drop your knees over to the left. Exhale, surrender into the pose, surrender into the support of the floor. Great. We're going to find our Shavasana now. So lengthen the tailbone nice and long. Stretch your legs out. I like to open my feet as wide as the mat. And then my toes flop open to the sides. Last week we did this thing where you put your fingertips on your belly and then open your arms up. You can do it that way. You're going to draw your shoulder blades together underneath you. Again, I have to take my tail and really scoop it so that my tailbone and my lower back is as flat as can be on the floor. Rock your head from side to side, like touch one ear to the mat and then the other. And then let your head rest in the center. And then all you have to do is breathe. All you have to do is breathe. And that's so hard because our minds want to do so many other things. And that sends signals to the body that the body should be doing other things. That's why yoga is hard, you guys. Every time you exhale, see if there's another part of your body that can release and surrender. Swallow, relax your throat. Again, let the tongue be soft in your mouth. Notice where your head goes. I'm a compulsive planner, so my head's always in the future. So notice if your head is thinking about all the hundreds of things you're going to do after this, or tomorrow, or when you're 70, or whatever. And see if you can just gently, no judgment, just gently bring yourself back It's not your fault your mind does that. No need for judgment. Just come back to the present. You're laying here. You're safe. Your body feels good and warm and relaxed. This moment is precious. This moment is all that exists. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Let's bring yourself back into the room and back into your body. With so much love and care, treating yourself like a precious object. You can bring your knees into your chest, you can rock from side to side, whatever you need to do. Listen to your body. Remember, your body is the teacher, not me. Like my mom said, I just do what I'm told. When you're ready, come up to a seated position. By all means, make yourself comfortable. So sit on a pillow, a block, anything so that you feel comfortable seated on the floor. I'm going to read you something. When I taught all the time, I would always read from a manual books. There's 3 of them. They are mind-blowingly beautiful. And I like this right now because I think if you haven't noticed, everybody's a medical expert right now and a scientist. And I think we're so uncomfortable being in uncertainty. Our mind hates uncertainty. And so what our mind does is it makes up stuff just so it can be sure of something, even if it's complete nonsense, and even if we don't know what the hell we're talking about. But that's what our brain does to feel safe. And so I'm going to read you something about staying curious. And curiosity and wonder can be an alternative to uncertainty and that feeling of unsafety when we don't know the answer. So Emmanuel says, the curiosities that you hold about your planet, the mysteries, the frozen and hidden empowerments are all useful tools for you to remember who and what you are. Once the attention of the child or the student is obtained, the rest is very easy. Curiosity is the doorway that stimulates growth, joy, and expansion and allows you to remember who you are. So I've been trying to stay in curiosity lately, not in doom, not in dread, and not telling myself stories that are complete nonsense that I know my higher self knows I don't know what I'm talking about. So maybe you can do that too. So we're just going to do one Om together, the highest vibration, the vibration of who we truly are. So take an inhale and Om so your neighbors hear you and think you're weird. Bring your palms together. I am you. We are God unfolding. Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'm very grateful to be able to do this. I'm so grateful you are enjoying it. It means so much to me to teach again and to have it be available to people I love. So please take good care. Treating yourself like a precious object will make you strong. That's what Julia says. I love you.